Hello everyone and welcome back to the Jump Force Character Reviews. Today we are reviewing the Edgy Boy, aka Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. It's been a while since we covered a Naruto character since Kakashi, and I figured with Madara Uchiha coming out, let's cover the other member of the Uchiha clan himself. We got the one and only Sasuke. Now, full disclosure before we get into Sasuke and talking about him, I will leave you guys with this right away. I consider Sasuke, out of the Naruto characters when I tried him, probably one of the weaker ones, to be honest. It's somewhere between him and Naruto who I like better, but for some reason I kind of like playing Naruto better than Sasuke. And you'll see why in a few moments here. So let's get into this. So, Fireball again helping me out with Sasuke footage as well as the next character we're going over. So, Sasuke, the big thing is I don't really know how to describe to you how to play as Sasuke. He's not bad, but he's not really someone who excels at something either. Sasuke just has he's got a decent amount of tools to help him out. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It definitely is a character you got to take a lot of time learning, for sure. Especially considering that all of his moves are going to work with his combos, unless you're very specific or, have an assist ready for him at all times. As you saw one of the moves earlier that we're going to be going over, one of Sasuke's biggest weapons being Fireball Jutsu, his right trigger Y. And what Fireball Jutsu will do is pretty self-explanatory. He sends a ball of fire at you, and he can use this in the air to get in a very clean switch to a different teammate. It's probably one of the best moves to do that with, and it's probably only Sasuke's only really great attack. Other than that, Sasuke doesn't have so much going for him. Up next, we got the right trigger X, which you guys saw earlier, Onyx Chidori. And what Onyx Chidori is basically a spear of lightning that Sasuke can use to help knock his opponent back even if they're blocking, which is great for that, but for combos, it is absolutely horrible. And the problem with going for Chidori during your combo is because your combo technically resets once you try to go for Chidori, so it's not going to be counted as a full combo. Not to mention that your opponent can actually escape the Chidori if they are skilled enough and have the patience to get around it. It's not bad per se, it does a good amount of damage, but you definitely need some assist if you want to go for a Chidori combo a whole lot easier. And then one of his best moves, and probably the most controversial one he has, is his right trigger B, the Amaterasu. But before we get into Amaterasu, here is Sasuke's ultimate. Katsuki no Kaze, which is basically Sasuke using his Susanoo to stab you, kind of similar to Kakashi's Come-Away Lightning Blade, but some people would say it looks better, some people would say it looks worse. It's up to you to decide. And as you saw at the beginning of that round, let's go over this because this move actually was a bit annoying at one point. We got his right trigger be the Amaterasu. And what Amaterasu does is it summons this black fire pit, and if you stand in this black fire, you will take damage over time, as well as getting a sudden hit. But here's the thing about the Amaterasu. You can use it again and launch it at your opponent so it does damage. You can use this kind of easily. You can use it after a grab. You can probably try to combo into this, but I wouldn't recommend it because Amaterasu's biggest drawback, besides the fact that, it doesn't do that much AoE damage, is the fact that it leaves you completely wide open. Very similar to Bakugo's right trigger X ability, but not as bad. You see, with Bakugo's right trigger X, you had a little less time you were stunned, versus with Amaterasu, you were stunned for a little bit longer than normal, and people can capitalize with a dashing all with a dash attack, or just an air dash and get around Amaterasu. It's good in concept, but it's not great. In fact, there was one point where Bandai thought they would fix this by making Amaterasu unblockable. Unfortunately, that was not really a smart move. They still fixed that around the time that Prometheus came out, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend seeing people go for an unblockable Amaterasu. It really didn't help the move that much, considering that air dashing is very effective at getting around it. As well as having someone like Hisoka who can counter that move because it's going up and attacking you. Now, as for assists for Sasuke, you're definitely going to need Rukia training those for a while with this one. But for Sasuke, the big thing with him is you want to get an assist that can help you dish out a combo ending with Chidori. And as you folks have seen Fireball attempt at least, Aizen's actually not that bad for it. I mentioned Aizen back in the Hisoka video, But Aizen's actually pretty good here with Fiery Lightning out. It'll definitely get your opponent down enough and not stun him as long so Sasuke can get the Chidori off. But anything else you want to go for? Something to help you with combos as well? I would recommend probably someone like Gaara again. Having that little bit of a stun so you can go for Chidori is very simple, but if you don't like to play Gaara, then I would suggest trying Prometheus out with that. Prometheus' assist is actually very good for characters who need time to charge up one of their moves. And if you connect with Prometheus' assist, you can definitely do some massive damage with a key move for someone. Other than that, Sasuke... Again, Sasuke doesn't excel at anything, but that's because he's got a wide variety, which is good, but his learning curve is a bit more difficult than other characters, as we've talked about before. And not to mention, not everything is working for Sasuke. Chidori definitely feels like it needs to be a little bit faster in order for it to be dangerous. And Sasuke doesn't even use any of his eyes in his awakening, he uses that naturally, which kind of is a disappointment, but it happens to everybody. Yeah, he'll do a little bit more damage in the air, but not as much as like Bakugo or Sanji, who are excelling at air combat. Overall, Sasuke's just okay. He's not outstanding in anything he does, and he's not terrible at other things. He's got a lot of good potential. He's got a mid-range combo user, he's got long range, and he's got a good way for you to switch to in. The biggest problem I really see for Sasuke is, of course, trying to figure out how to use him properly. Just because he's so good at so many things. And because of that, I'm going to have to give Sasuke a 6 out of 10. The reason he's not like a 5 like Jotaro was is because Sasuke, like I said, Sasuke has a wider arsenal than expected. And not to mention, it's not too terrible. Could it be better? Absolutely. A lot of characters could be better. But sometimes you gotta have it that way. I'm okay with Sasuke where he is. Am I going to play Sasuke more often? Not really. And if you want to try Sasuke out, I say go for it. But if you just want to get some moves from Sasuke to use for your creative character, Fireball Juice is a great move to use to switch to your opponent. Other than that, there's not really good reason to use Sasuke that much. He's not great or bad at anything, but it just feels like he's not worth it. What do you folks go? There is Sasuke Uchiha. Let me know, folks. What do you think of Sasuke? Should I rate him higher, lower, or do you think there's something redeemable about Sasuke? Come back soon when we go over our next character, and one I definitely have strong feelings against. It's Aizen.